Happy full moon blessings. I'm 𝒂𝒮𝒯𝑅. I'm a polymathic artist, and I'll be providing you today a full moon reading using my original 3-deck set Astro Herbal. Now, this is a 126 card medicinal plant deck. 1 to support your nature, 1 to nourish your nature, and 1 to nurture your nature. If you're interested, you're welcome to take a look at this one-of-a-kind deck available in my shop. And now let's begin with our first sign, Aries. So Aries, to help support your nature, you're provided the message from Goldenrod. Goldenrod is about wealth and prosperity. This Venusian yet Leo card wants you to create and where you're shining most. Your identity, who you are, what it is that you're bringing yourself into the world to create as. Now, through wealth and prosperity as the focus here, you're here to shine and bring out your nature. So allow that to support you, because in that you'll find the prosperity you're seeking. Now, to help nourish your nature, Aries, you're given the gift of avocado, which is about a powerhouse. This is a Jupiterian yet Leo card, again with the Leo, in which you're about shining, but this is about expanding who you are as an identity, not as the individual I am, but as the individual that shines and creates into the world. It's the heart space of the individual that Leo represents. So powerhouse here is the expansion of who you are on an individual level. And with the recent shift in the nodes of the moons moving away from your resonance, it very well could mean that you're ready and engaging in a whole new year ahead of you. And to finish you off, Aries, we have rock water, which is to help nurture your nature. Now, this is a more feminine approach. This is about being self-loving. So maybe you need to actually recognize your nature, who you are as an individual, and maybe accept that you are worthy of love for who you are, how you are, and the nature you bring to this world. And you should honor that much, much, much more than you probably already do. This is a Moon and Cancer card. So this is about hitting those emotional chords close to home, so that you know that when that tune is right, it will sing the song for you and unravel itself into reality. So be self-loving and you will find all the guidance you need. So thank you for tuning in, Aries, and may you have a blessed full moon. Moving on to our next sign, Taurus. To help support your nature, Taurus, you're given the message of ashwagandha, which is about extra tolerance. At this time, this is a Mars and Libra card. And with Mars in retrograde, it may not be the best time to take action, but it's about balance. So if you can see the external experience in front of you and recognize what type of action you can put towards that, you can find balance with others. Now, this is extra tolerance. So it may be that not everything is working out right now, or that there's just too much on the plate. So just be a little patient during this period of time as you get through this, because it may be forming an uncomfortable position depending on where the nodes are, where the full moon's occurring, as well as the Mars retrograde opposite Pluto. So one day at a time. To help nourish your energy, Taurus, you're given the gift of dandelion. Now, these dandelion days offer nearby support. This is about Jupiterian in Pisces. Now, this energy is reaching out to the expansion of the cosmos, the spiritualness of all that is encompassed. And it might be really out there, but you'd be surprised that what can come in if we're a little open to just being still and letting spirit bring the message in. So may that help you. And to help nourish you at this time, Taurus, you're given the gift of violet. Violet is be intuitive. You know in your heart what's true, so listen to it. This is a Venusian yet Libra card, so it's about balance in what you create and how you connect with others. Do so in a way that brings forth you to be reflected out into reality. And in doing so, you will know the intuition will rise to the surface, just like floating to the top due to buoyancy. So thank you for tuning in, Taurus, and moving on to the next sign, Gemini. So Gemini, to help support your nature at this time, you're given the gift of Shadowvari. This is about a balancing act. This is a Venusian yet Cancerian card. So maybe you're creating in the home or close to family. Maybe it's something that you're connected to and how you're actually expressing these values out. But maybe find a balance between your home and what you're creating. Find a balance in all of it, because it's important to make sure that there's nothing in the way so that all can flow. And in doing so, everything can come much easier to us. So moving on to how you're going to be nourished at this time, Gemini, you're given the gift of kombu. This seaweed is about essential primer. You use this for stocks and creating flavor and umami in dishes. And this moon in Virgo is about feeling your way to the particular, to the details, to all the nutrients that you can pull out and utilize to enrich something to its best ability. So it's essential primer. So maybe there's something you need to be doing first, Gemini, that will allow you to unfold something gracefully. And now to nourish you at this time, Gemini, you have the card and message of olive. Now this Bach remedy is about being revived. This is a Venusian yet Virgonian card. So again, this is about creating in those details, about healing, about bringing focus on the practicality in front of you through the routine, through perfectionism of what's there so that you can improve your experience as an individual. So be revived means bring yourself back into being and focusing on that healing in where you're creating. And in doing so, you're blossoming out in the world just like spring is arising once more in our atmosphere sometime soon. So thank you for tuning in, Gemini, and moving on to the next sign, Cancer. So to help support your nature, Cancer, you're given the message of blessed thistle. This is about nurture nature, which is very, very, very relevant to the Cancerian energy. Now, this is a Jupiterian yet Virgonian energy, so this expansive nature is very much relevant to how are we healing, how are we coming together, and how are we focusing on the details. Could be the routine, but if you allow a nurturing of your nature as you are, who you are, through your daily, then you're going to bring yourself to where you need to be. And that's a bliss. So, Cancer, to help bring out nourishment to you, which provides you with the energy, you got Noni. Now, this is exotic restoration, meaning that you're going to bring yourself whole once more from something that may be unfamiliar. This is a Venusian yet Cancerian card, so it's about creating the home with close and loved ones that are near. So maybe it is bringing a degree of something that is unfamiliar to you into the home, or it could be that the family unit is experiencing something of unusual nature. But through this exotic outside source, you might be able to bring yourself whole once more, which is good news. And to help nurture you at this time is the Bach remedy of red clover. This is about being pure. Known for clearing the lymphs, this plant is great for allowing yourself to breathe and let go. Now, this is a Jupiterian in Virgo, so it's a very expansive nature in knowing how to heal and clearing and making sure you put in the energy where it counts. So it's asking you at this moment that maybe just support who you are and welcome something that may not be in the norm. And in doing so, if you can stay true and be pure, then that very nature will unravel itself to give you all the gifts. And as you, a Cancerian, during this time, during the full moon of geo-solar relations, this is a big culmination point. So hopefully that this message provides you the necessary recognition of knowing that you yourself are unique nature, and you gotta respect that in the best way you can. So thank you for tuning in, Cancer, and moving on to the next sign, Leo. So Leo, you are provided the message to support your nature with 𝒟𝒏𝒻𝒽𝒻. This is breathe easy. Now, this is used in traditional Chinese medicine for us with the lungs and such. Now, this Jupiterian Virgonian card wants you to expand the way in which you're healing, bringing focus to the details so that you can bring into the routine something that's going to progress you forward. And maybe there's just a lot going on, so maybe this card is bringing the message so that you can breathe easy to calm, be who you are. I always like to say, take 3 deep breaths and see where you are in that moment. Now, to help nourish you at this time, Leo, you're given the gift of elderberry. This is spiritual guardian. This is about Saturnian and Capricorn. So you want to make sure that you're creating your systems for the long term. No matter how max or min they may be, you want to be able to ensure that you are giving a little boost. And elderberry is known for being able to even boost you during this time. So maybe you should keep an eye on your immune system or find a way to support it in a way during these winter months so that you yourself are giving yourself all that is needed. And because you're giving the message of spiritual guardian, maybe it could be something on the other side that is providing you an extra lift to take you where you need to go. And to nurture you at this time, Leo, you're given the sign of white chestnut. Now, this Bach remedy is about be mindful. So maybe that breathe easy will bring you back in the center, and being mindful will allow you to be open to inspiration that may come your way. Now, this is a Capricorn but Jupiterian card, so you're expanding to the extent of something long-term, something committing, and something that will be there tomorrow, the next day, maybe years from now. So consider that and be mindful because you're taking it each day at a time. So thank you for tuning in, Leo, and moving on to the next sign, Virgo. To help support your nature, Virgo, you're given the gift of burdock root. Now, burdock root is purified within. This is a Saturnian yet Virgonian card, so you want to make sure that you do a whole systematic cleanse. Maybe there's something that is waiting to be released, or maybe there's something blocking you from being who you were meant to be. And in doing this release, by purifying within, you're allowing yourself a transformation so that you can align to maybe higher values that are going to support you. And with the Virgo here, maybe it's a act of perfectionism, or it's creating a more healthier habit for yourself so that you are able to stay in that long term. And to help nourish you at this time, Virgo, you're given the plant of oregano. This is protective love. So to nourish you is to fill you with energy. Know that you're protected at this moment, and then the love that you have gracing you from your family members, those near, those in the community, however you're having your experience, they're there for you. This is a Venusian yet Sagittarian card. Now, because of that, you're looking at the way that you're connecting, valuing, and creating on the horizon. That is bringing you higher forms of knowledge, expansions, and the ability to see not only beyond yourself, but through the eyes of the soul. So allow that to bring itself in. Oregano is great for antiparasitic, also great on pizza. So moving on to how you should be nurtured at this time. Should, could, would. Best way to nurture yourself at this time, Virgo, is through 𝒜𝒮𝒻𝒻. And that message is about being precise. So being specific sometimes takes a moment to clear it all out so that it is fully representation of what we're trying to bring into the world. Now, this is a Venusian yet Virgo card. So maybe we're creating in the details. And in those details, you want to make sure that you do it once and that it's done so you don't have to revisit it. And being precise allows you to do that. So maybe be a little more specific and allow the details to rise to the surface, because it will help you manifest whatever it is that you're looking for that much quicker. So thank you for tuning in, Virgo, and may you have a blessed full moon. Moving on to our next sign, Libra. So Libra, to help support your nature, you're provided the plant of plantain, a great healer. This is swift recovery, meaning you're able to get back on your feet quicker than you even expect. This is a Venusian yet Virgo card. So we're creating to bring about healing, and it's in the details. So how you're connecting and raising that value is bringing in the swift recovery. So allow that to open up, because this is such an abundant plant that can heal many of us very easily. Even just a nick on anywhere can be closed up and secured very easily if only we knew the abundance in front of us. Now, Libra, to help assist you in nourishing you this month, you're given garlic. Maybe it's time to take some into your diet, but garlic is a strong scent. Because it can repel so much, it's able to extrude from ourselves that which doesn't belong to us, which is why it's excluded in Buddhist, I would say, meals, is it because it expels life force energy by clearing it away. Now, that strong sense is helpful because it's a natural antibiotic. It's able to help and boost the immune system based off its natural just makeup. And what's interesting about this is it's a Mars in Virgo, so it's taking action to heal through the drive it has to bring forward. So this strong sense may suggest that maybe you are keen to something, or maybe it's time to take in something that will expand your senses, or maybe there's something that you're keen to be drawn to, but I'll allow you to interpret that one, as this is all about nourishing you this month. And lastly, to nurture you, you are being provided the message of Star of Bethlehem. Now, this is be comforted. Now, with all this, you got a strong sense in swift recovery. It's about being comforted that you're being supported at this time and that you have what you need. This is a Venusian yet Cancerian card. So create in the home, create in the family. You have what you need. And to be comforted means that you can release the tension and know that you are safe in your home. Know that security is not just an external thing, but also internal. So be comforted. So thank you for tuning in, Libra, and may you have a blessed full moon. Moving on to our next sign, Scorpio. Scorpio, to provide you a message this full moon, you have 𝒜𝒮𴯱𴗱𴗱. Now this is blissful peace. This is a Mars and Scorpionic card, which match in energies because it's a drive of passion. And you may not always be seen in the Scorpionic resonance for being known as the galactic center on our map, but this provides enough energy out into the world that it really drives those passions to speak for the soul. Now, this is blissful peace. This is knowing to trust that soul and allow it to drive you to where it needs to go. Now, Scorpio, to help nourish you at this time, you're given the seaweed of Irish sea moss. This is trusted reserves. So you should be at peace right now. And to nourish you, know that you have the reserves necessary that you can trust, depend on, and support you at this time. This is a Jupiterian yet Aquarius. So you're expanding the way that you're connecting the networks to bring it all available to you so that it's readily available and easily accessed. And of course, to be able to trust it should speak for its own. So Scorpio, to nurture you at this time, you're given the Bach remedy of beach. This is be willing. So know that there's blissful peace and that with this trusted reserve, be willing. Be willing to follow your heart, be willing to follow your dreams, and know that this Capricornian Taurus card, or I should say Saturnian and Taurus card, wants you to be here for the long term, build for the long term here in the physicality, and be willing to make an effort in that because it's such a blessing to be. So make sure you honor that any way you can. So thank you for tuning in, Scorpio, and moving on to the next sign, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, to support you at this time, you're given the gift of sheep shoal. This is release and flow. This is a Venusian yet Pisces card. This is all about making sure that you're creating with the dreams and the spiritual. Now, the release and flow is always about letting it return to the ocean. So maybe there's something about letting go. Maybe there's something that needs to be released and let be so that it can exist in the world. And this Pisces release allows the seeds to be spread so that a whole new generation may flourish upon that. So that is an act of creation, and that's good news. So to help nourish you at this time, Sagittarius, you're given the message of fennel. Fennel is spiritual abundance. This is a Mercurial yet Gemini card. So it's about the way in which we're creating a transaction, almost to the fact that we're being able to use it through communication means. The spiritual abundance means that it's of these two polarities bringing us a connection. And that spiritual abundance is that etheric energy in between that, giving us the ability to form the mental thoughts, the electrical connections to arrive. And with that possible, spiritual abundance is suggesting here that the best way to nourish yourself is to have a little faith and to know that you're deeply connected to universe in your own path, in your own nature. And to do that, you yourself have to listen to the messages in your path. Even if I'm here as a conduit to speak and to express myself, it's you as the individual have an experience where these words are digested in the moment of wherever you are in then. Based off your experience and your perspective, you have to arrive where what talks to your heart. So you can recognize that spiritual abundance should be able to make itself known to you. And maybe this is a message from the heart that speaks to you in one way more than another, but hopefully that helps. And Sagittarius will follow this up with the last card, which is to help nurture you, which is a Bach remedy. And the Bach remedy is walnut, which I love. So walnut is about being grounded. This is a Jupiterian yet Capricornian. We want to expand so that we can reach those high peaks and those low valleys. So we can create a network and expand and see what is possible. And to be grounded during the spiritual abundance as a nourishment means to nurture yourself, be still, be here on earth, breathe simply, and know that you are supported spiritually. And by doing so, have faith that As long as you allow yourself to release and flow, what will come forth and what will birth itself from the experience will be something unlike ever before that can gift you something that you never even know you needed. So may this message assist you, Sagittarius, and hopefully it helps you during this full moon in January 2025. So take care and thank you for tuning in. Moving on to our next sign, Capricorn. So Capricorn, to assist you at this time, you're provided 𝒤𝒪𝒃. Now this is the support of cheerful grace. That means it's coming in to bring about joy, and it's doing so in a very gentle manner. So this Jupiterian yet Sagittarius card wants you to expand the horizon, see what's possible. Maybe there's something you need to learn or bring to experience, but maybe there's something that is actually waiting for you to even reach the other side and to grow from it. So know that it's a time of joy and to allow it, because it will come to you when the timing is right. And to help nourish you, Capricorn, you're given the plant of parsley. Now this is positive renewal. So if not just for the cheerful grace of allowing, this renewal period will take you into a whole new journey. And because it's a mercurial but scorpionic card, we're translating the depth of being. And in doing so, you're bringing out the soul. And that positive renewal might bring you to replace parts of yourself that no longer fully represent you at your core. So honor that, the best of your being, your ability, your experience. And Capricorn, to help nurture you at this time, you're given the Bach remedy of Hornbeam. This is be action. So maybe it is time to take action. Follow those dreams and maybe it'll bring you to where you need to be. So this is a very much Capricornian yet Aries card. So you want to consider, I say Capricorn is Saturnian, it's Saturnian and Aries card. And that Saturnian nature is making sure you're systematically making sure you're following who you are, as you are. By your nature, your I am is unique and it's purely yours. You need to recognize that that is not anyone else's, and your experience for that is that you are the only one who can be action. So act for yourself and you will be guided to where you need to be. So thank you for tuning in, Capricorn, and may you have a blessed full moon. Moving on to our next sign, Aquarius. So Aquarius, you're provided cat's claw, which is a deep revival, which is today's daily blessing as I record this on the 13th of February. As I record this on the 13th of January 2025. Now, cat's claw is a Mars in Cancer. So maybe you have a drive or a passion in the home or with family or close ones. Maybe there's something close to you, the way that you're sensing your vicinity. But know that this deep revival of the way you feel and how you're operating in the world is bringing about clarity so that you can find the best support needed for you, Aquarius. Now, to nourish you at this time, Aquarius, you're given the plant of 𝒤𝒻. Now, this is mellow magic. People usually have this as a tea, and it's great for a bunch of medicinal purposes. But this Mars in Taurus gives us the ability to make sure that we're driving the path forward step by step. It may be slow, it may be a little patient, and it's unraveling, but in doing so, allow the mellow to come in and the magic will unfold. So, wonderful. And to nurture you at this time, Aquarius, you're given the Bach remedy of passion flower, which isn't actually a Bach remedy, the one I added. Now, this is Be Bliss. This is a Moon in Pisces card. So maybe it's the way you're feeling. You need to release more. Maybe it's something that on the spiritual end of it or in your dreams that is giving you some sort of emotional fulfillment. And Be Bliss is knowing that wherever you are in the universe, you're meant to be where you're meant to be. And to be bliss in that moment allows you to attract an alignment that puts you in a position so that you can better step forward each day closer to who you're meant to be. From your soul blossoming out to the actions of our human being. It's all in our nature. So may that assist you, Aquarius, and thank you for tuning in. And finally, for our last sign, we're providing Pisces with the message Volithra. Now, Pisces, it's about moving forward, and this is going to support your nature through its Saturnian yet Taurian nature. So maybe it's about systematically making sure you figure this out for the long term, but do so step by step, one day at a time. Now, this is moving forward. You'll not be able to get it all done right away, but at the very least, you'll be able to make progress unlike ever before. So allow that to support you, because it can give you a nice surprise so that you can discover something you didn't even know you needed. So Pisces, to help nourish you at this time, you're given the planet of time. Now, this is brave liberation. This is allowing you to remove the shackles that hold you back, and to do so with your heart, to know that you're in the right place. This is a Venusian yet Capricornian card. So you're creating to the extent of these mountains and valleys what can possibly be to the full extent. And it's giving us the ability to make sure that this liberation is going to open up a pathway to you that will maybe take you to somewhere you didn't even know you needed. So who knows? That brave liberation could let go of the past and bring in a future that may very well align to who you are the whole time. And last, Pisces, your Bach remedy to help nurture your nature is provided by oak. And the message is be easy. Simply be easy. You don't have to complicate it. You know very well, in the moment of recognizing your nature and honoring who you are, you don't need to have to turn to external sources to help bring you back, because you know who you are. And when you are embracing that, then just shine, because that's all you ever needed to do. So be easy, because that's how life is. This is a Jupiterian at Taurus card. We're expanding in the way that we're taking our senses into the world. And in doing so, we're uncovering something we never even knew existed. So hopefully that assists you to help you during this full moon, Pisces, and thank you for tuning in. I'd like to thank everyone else who has tuned in during this time. All 12 of you signs, I'm glad I'm able to provide this message into the world. And even if I'm only limited to only a few people checking this out, that's okay, because I believe in what I'm doing because it's a passion. I hand illustrated this entire deck because I believe in the power of nature and its ability to bring us whole once more. And through that, I love being able to create. I love being an act of creation, and as an artist, creating this medicinal plant deck, I'm just happy I'm able to share that with you and provide messages that can inspire you. So thank you very much for tuning in. May you have a blessed full moon. And to each of you out there, thank you kindly for being a part of this journey and allowing me into your experience. To each of you, stay true and realize your dreams.